Peace, family. What's going on, man? It's another crazy day for me today, man. But you guys are not here to listen to my issues or anything like that on a personal standpoint. But we'll talk about what you did come for, is to hear the truth, And today's topic is we're talking about the elitists, the oligarchs, and their ability in order to turn the common folk into wolves, right? And we're going to get right into that. So I was doing my thing, man, and I was talking to an associate, and he asked me, he said, "Hey, man, did you see what happened in Los Angeles a couple of days ago?" And my reply was, no, what happened, and I'm not really interested in hearing nothing negative or anything like that, because I am dealing with a lot of stuff outside of this YouTube thing. So I didn't really want to hear anything negative, but he happened to just pull out the phone and he showed me what had happened. And it's happened in Los Angeles at a jewelry store, right? And you guys could probably look it up. It was, I guess, some Hispanic owners of a jewelry store that they did a massive heist on, right? A massive heist. I mean, they had setups where they were coming through different sides of the wall, drilling out the wall. They had, all types of blueprint plans and stuff like that to make you even think that it was an inside job, right? That's how clean and that's how serious they were about getting to this jewelry. Now, if you guys ever seen, and this may be a little bit older movie for you Gen Zers if you're watching this, but have you ever seen the movie called Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence? It really had the same type of situation, right? They had, very technical things that they did in order to get into this jewelry store. Like, they did it so well, and it was so planned so well. It looked like nothing ever happened until you pull back this broken portion of the wall or plaster, whatever, and you see that they were drilling holes through that part into the safe, from the back of the safe, from inside, and getting into the jewelry store in order to grab all the items. And not only did they do that store, but they also hit the neighboring stores next to the jewelry store, right? So you had one robbery, then at the same time you had another robbery going on at the exact same time on separate sides. So this thing was very interesting, because I was telling you guys in other videos that you need to be very aware and you need to be careful, because in these certain states where shit is way too expensive, and this is going to be exclusively to any different state that isn't necessarily expensive like my state, the elitists have dug themselves the nastiest hole on an economic basis that they've ever seen. And it's so bad that they cannot come back from this. So what are they doing? They simply like to cause distractions in order to get the common mind off of the real issues. The real issues right now are the things that help us go in society. Those things are the unemployment rate, which is at its all-time high. Getting ready to buy a home, which interest rates is at an all-time high and prices is at an all-time high. Then you got the stock market. The stock market is stagnant and it's falling, okay? And then you have all of this, interior politician, left-right wingist, war and all that shit going on to take the mind off of the real issue. The real issue is people not being able to provide for their own survival, okay? So if you're not going to hire somebody and you're going to make them wait 4, 5, 6 months in order to be able to put some money in their pocket or take care of their loved ones or whatever they plan on doing with that money, They're going to come take it from somebody. And my only thing is that if you guys are going to do this, and I know that you will, because the economy is not going to get better. It's not. And people are saying, well, St. Nicholas Brand, you need to believe in Jesus. You know, you need to believe. And I see this in my comment box all the time. Listen, I believe in the truth. I believe in the truth. Okay? I believe in the truth. Now, what I can't see, what I can't touch, what I can't hear, what I can't feel, that I'm going to leave to you. I believe in the truth. And I believe if more people are alluded to the truth and can tell the truth and be the truth, there will be no need for lies, and there will be no need to go in and worship a man-made deity. But with that being said, you guys have to understand that it's getting more and more serious. The elitists are turning the common people into ravenous wolves. If they wasn't already a wild dog, they're turning into ravenous wolves. And wolves hunt in packs. And they don't care what they got to go through. And long as they get whatever that they came for. Now, this is very common to the elitists and the oligarchs, as they have been taking advantage of the common folk for so many years. And now the tables are starting to turn, because these people are not going to start coming after the poor necessarily. They're going to start touching businesses. Then after they touch the businesses, they're going to touch the higher end homes and elitist area at some point. So these guys are all panicking, man. They're trying to take the mind off of this situation, but it's too late. It's too late. It's already fucked up. And more people are starting to understand. Hold on one second. It always does it. Hold on. And more people are starting to understand what's really going on here. You know, so in all actuality, you know, I just want you guys to brace for the things that are getting ready to take place at a more rapid rate. And my wife told me she heard about 2 robberies in a store about 5 to 10 miles from here. And they ran in and, you know, they was stealing a bunch of stuff, and then they ran out. You know, and this store is not necessarily a grocery store, but it's more of like closer to, you know, the Dollar General type stores, you know what I mean? And people are robbing. They're robbing them. They need something. People are afraid of being completely without, right? She also mentioned that somebody that she's seen at a store, but she doesn't know these people. She's just seen the event that somebody walked out without paying a hefty amount of money, being that the cashier took their eye off of the present zone, and the people just walked the fuck out. They just walked out with the balance still sitting on the computer screen. So as you guys listen to what I'm telling you, in the next 6 months, you're going to see more and more and more of these situations, because people cannot continue to go without. We are turning into a third world country. And the more time it takes you to believe these things that I'm saying, that I've been saying, the more you're going to be on the chopping block of not understanding if for whatever reason that becomes close to you. The oligarchs and the elites already know that shit is already taking place. Okay? There's real estate sales and stuff of people buying stuff outside of the U.S., you know, and they're not going to tell you that, but they're going to have places where they can leave the U.S. and go and be elsewhere anonymously. And that's what's going to happen, because they're not going to put themselves, not all of them are going to put themselves in position to get mangled by the common folk wolves, right? I'm not saying that you watching this is actually a wolf as a common folk, but at the same time, you never know the circumstances. Things change just like that, right? You can get, laid off. You can get, you still looking to get employed. You may need, groceries on the table and shit. And, you can't borrow no more. You can't cut back no more. You can't scale no more. You can't get no more loans. And these things can happen, So I'm not looking down on those people either. All I'm saying is that if you're going to do it, don't do it to the poor, because they're trying to make that shit happen too. And a lot of people are doing it on the most civil level as possible still right now. You guys keep aware, okay? And I'll continue to try to keep you guys updated. I got some more information coming soon, so stay tuned. Appreciate you rocking with me. It's a small channel, but as always, we plan on doing big things. And remember, the truth is in session. Peace.